I'm going to tell you my story a little bit here. I've been in this business for almost 25 years. Through business school, I got out of graduate school. I spent 2 months training to be a financial advisor in St. Louis, Missouri, came back to Columbus, Ohio, put my shingle out and said, here I am. Starved for 2 years, because I had no idea how to run a business. I had an MBA, but that didn't matter. No idea how to run a business. I discovered a management system, used one policy out of that management system, doubled my business, doubled it the next year, doubled it the next year, and built, over a 10-year period of time, really 8-year period of time, a practice that was in the top 1% of independent practices of a national financial planning firm. And I sold it at the end of beginning of 2002 for twice the average market value, a premium over a premium, because I knew how to build a system and I knew how to create value. Now, that's my short story. I sold my practice, I came to Florida, I trained as a business consultant, and I did some other personal things I wanted to pursue. And this thing kept bugging me, saying, why in the world is it that all these professionals that I'm consulting on the business side get their businesses to boom? I mean, boom. And yet, after talking to them, none of that money seems to make it home. And when it does seem to go home, it explodes out to everywhere. You ever had that experience? Gosh, I made all this money, but I don't know where it went. Some kind of voodoo, right? I said, this is ridiculous. Why is it that this occurs? It keeps nagging at me and nagging at me and nagging at me. Now, you understand, in my previous practice, I had a niche. I worked with ministers. Ministers? Yeah, well, they need financial planning too. Okay? And my dad, being a Methodist minister, I kind of grew up in that environment. I had a particular affinity with this group of people. And so over the course of 8 years, if you were a minister in Ohio, you knew who I was. Because I was the one traveling around over the state doing seminars and doing planning for ministers. So I made the choice, either become a national company with ministers or spend time becoming a business consultant and working with professionals. And of course, you can see which route I chose. So I sold my practice to a guy who wanted to carry on that purpose. Worked out beautifully for everybody. Now, I'm studying business, I'm studying systems, I'm doing all these things, and then all of a sudden it just dawns on me, gosh, well, what's my plan? What am I doing to achieve the kind of financial condition that I want? So I started to build another practice. And did some of the traditional way, the non-traditional way, and so on and so forth. And then came 2008. Remember that fun time? 2008. Now, mind you, I had just launched an investment fund, which was the first investment fund of its kind that actually screened out companies that made psychiatric drugs as a socially conscious type of fund for people who have that belief. And turned out to be very well, but I launched it the day before the market crash, which timing could not have been worse. But anyway, it was a successful endeavor regardless. But 2008 came along, and I remember Eric and he had just come down and started working with me, and we're trying to deal with this carnage in the markets. And we're watching CNBC and watching all the red arrows go across the screen. You've seen that, right? All the red arrows. And I'm looking at him, and he's looking at me, and I said, Eric, are you having fun? And he looks at me and goes, no, I'm not either. Something's wrong. So that is when I decided I need to figure out how not to be here again. Because here's the unique thing about being a financial advisor. You have your own universe. Your financial experience is yours and yours alone. I have the good fortune or bad fortune, however you want to put it, of being able to be from the outside looking in to your universe and yours and yours and yours and multitude and multitude and multitude of people. That's a good thing because I can see, you may not see the next step where I do because I have experience with 1,000 other people that have taken that next step and I know what the result's going to be. The bad part is when you have a bad experience, if I have 100 people having the same bad experience, guess you think what the effect is on me? It makes me want to quit. Why do you think financial advisors quit? They got into business to help you. All of a sudden, you lose 40% of your market value, an investment strategy they thought was going to be effective, and they're caved in. So the reason why I created Econologics was to help my professional friends as well. But you see, I'm going to tell you right now, everything that I am telling you to do, I have done the exact opposite. And I have gone through at least $1 million out of my pocket, cash, figuring out what did not work. I've also probably lost many millions of dollars in not applying things that do work. So I can't put a mathematical number on that. We all have gone through that experience. The only difference is I figured out a plan for me that is predictable and consistent and gets results, regardless of the matrix. And all I'm doing is sharing it with you. You have the free choice to either apply it or not apply it. You will find that all I'm trying to do is give you the information and to assist you if you want it. If you want to do it yourself, great. If you align to the principles, you'll have a better time of it.